It's always a big honor for us to be able to present our yearbook, and we are only able to do so because of the donors that support us. And this would not have been possible without the support of them. So I take the opportunity on behalf of IWGIA to extend our most sincere gratitude to the Danish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Norwegian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Swedish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Finnish Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So the Nordic countries is behind the publication of this important yearbook. It is, as usual, coming in both Spanish and an English edition, and since last year it was also issued as a CD with a combined English and Spanish edition on one CD. A logistical commentary: we will not hand out the books before the presentation is over, so you still have to have some patience until you, like me, can have the copy in your hands. So we keep the suspense for a while. It's very warming to see so many people of you present here coming for this occasion, and I also assume that you will appreciate that a yearbook like this is sincerely a joint effort of many people. And we would, of course, like to thank all these contributors to this volume for their commitment and for their collaboration. Without them, IWGIA would never be able to publish such a comprehensive overview of the past year's developments and events in the indigenous world. The authors of this volume are indigenous and non-indigenous activists and scholars who have worked with the indigenous movement for many years and are since long part of IWGIA's network. They are identified, each of them, by IWGIA's regional coordinators on the basis of their knowledge and network in the regions. All the contributions are offered on a voluntary basis, and IWGIA does not pay for the articles to be written. This volume includes 64 country reports and 7 reports on international processes. The articles in the book express the views and visions of the authors, and IWGIA cannot be held responsible for the opinions stated therein. We therefore encourage those of you who are interested in obtaining more information about a specific country to contact the authors directly. It is nonetheless our policy to allow those authors who wish to remain anonymous to do so, due to the sensitivity of some of the issues raised in this publication. We would like once again to take the opportunity to mention that we have in the past received comments from readers who find our geographical organization of the book's contents inappropriate. The aim of the book is to offer a space to indigenous writers and advocates to present developments and important events as they were happening in 2008 and as seen from the indigenous angle. A number of country reports presented here therefore take the point of departure as ethnographic regions rather than following strict state boundaries. This is in accordance with indigenous people's worldview and cultural identification, which in many cases cuts across state borders. The Indigenous World should be seen as a reference book, and we hope that you will be able to use it as a basis for further information on indigenous issues worldwide. We are in IWGIA very proud of this joint effort. We call it the flagship of IWGIA, and much of our yearly planning also centers around being able to come out with this book. And of course, we are very proud to be able to present it during the 8th session of the United Nations Permanent Forum for Indigenous Peoples. Yet, a project like this, as I already have mentioned a bit, is full of challenges. And these are not only tied to the production process as such. This is also a way where we work with our partners. We must acknowledge the production support and cooperation with Servindi in Peru, who works on the Spanish publication edition, and also the production of this combined English CD, English-Spanish CD version of the document. And we thereby extend our gratitude to Jorge Agurto, who has been working with us on this before, and who is unfortunately ill this year and was not able to come to New York. When we make this yearbook, we ask the contributors to be as factual as possible. They write about very complex situations. And of course, assessments of such complex situations in the world may vary. Others may disagree on the assessments made in this book. They may have other assessments. They may even sometimes find mistakes. We try to do peer review and checking as much as we can, but every year we receive comments and corrections. That also shows that the book is important, that we receive such reactions from the readership. Any comments to this book is welcome as always. So if you or others have such things to communicate, please get in touch with IWGIA and the editor, and we will forward your comments to the author in question. And very often we are able then to consider to include the comments that are coming in the next edition of the book. So that will end my overview presentation of this book, and I will then give the word to Catherine Wessendorf, who will give some highlights from some of the issues that are covered in this book, The Indigenous World 2009. Thank you, Catherine.